welcome to my channel. Welcome to another tarot reading from me. I know that I am late AF, but I thought that I still want to do predictions for April 2024 because, I don't know, I just really felt like doing it. And yeah, I promise that with the next one, I'm going to be more on time. For May, but here it is. So this is for those of you who would like to choose with just crystals. I will mention, as usual, that I have chosen the crystals intuitively without overthinking it. And these are the crystals that came out in this particular order. So the first pile has this Quantum Quattro crystal. Second pile has this Fluorite crystal. Third pile has this ruby in zoisite crystal. Themes of green, what can I say? I don't know. Like, they really just, that's how I felt like choosing them. So, you can pause the video if you need more time as usual. Wait, let me try to arrange it. So, as usual, you can pause the video if you need more time to decide on your pile. My suggestion is that you take some deep breaths, exhale longer than you inhale, center yourself, meditate upon the question a little bit, and then open your eyes and choose the first pile that stands out to you intuitively without overthinking it. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, you are free to watch several or even all of them and just take whichever messages resonate. I will see you at your reading. So this is for those of you who would also like to choose with a card. This is going to be the selection for the card in question. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1, the people who chose the Quantum Quattro. What is April 2024, the month of April, going to bring for them? What can you tell me for pile number 2, the people who chose the Fluorite crystal? What is the month of April bringing for them? What can you tell me for pile number 3, the people who chose the ruby and zoisite? What is this one feels right. So let's see. Pile number 1, you have this card with light. Pile number 2, you have this card with friendship. Pile number 3, you have this card with positivity. So these are your options. Once again, let me try to focus a little bit better. Yeah. So these are your options. Once again, you can pause the video if you need. Actually, wait a minute. Oops, sorry. So these are your options. Once again, for those of you who would like to choose with a card as well as a crystal. So pile number 1, you have this card over here and or this Quantum Quattro crystal. Pile number 2, you have this card over here and or this Fluorite crystal. Pile number 3, you have this card over here and or this ruby in zoisite crystal. All right, so you can pause the video if you need more time to decide. Once again, my recommendation is that you take some time to meditate upon the question, exhale longer than you inhale. That will help center you and calm you down. And then also try to keep your eyes closed throughout this process. Just let your mind relax and go blank a little bit. And then meditate upon the question, address it to a higher power, maybe like God, Spirit, whoever. And open your eyes and choose the first pile that stands out to you intuitively without overthinking it. And if you feel drawn to more than one pile, you are free to watch several or even all of them and just take whichever messages resonate. Before I sign off, I will also remind you to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. It will only take a second. It's the easiest way to support me and it is free. And also consider clicking on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new tarot reading. Thank you very much, and I will see you at your pile. Welcome, pile number 1. This is your reading if you have chosen this card over here with light and or this quantum quattro crystal. So this is going to be the card selection phase. I'm going to add timestamps so you can skip directly to the interpretation. So let's see. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1, the people who chose the quantum quattro. What is the month of April 2024 bringing into their lives? What do they need to hear right now, Spirit? All right, so we have 36, nettle, masculine, west, Mars, fire. I'm going to read the description for this after I get all of the cards. I'm going to also select a card from this. I don't know why I feel like selecting a particularly strong message from a tarot card, not so much an oracle card this time. So I'm going to take an extra card from a third tarot deck. All right. Tell me, Spirit, about pile number 1. What do they need to hear? What is the month of April 2024 bringing into their lives? Whoa, that one just flew out. So, okay, you have the King of Cups. You have the King of Cups. I'm going to put it here. And let's see, another oracle card. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 1? The people who chose this one. Amethyst, revealing your true self as you allow others. All right, I'm going to read that actually again when I get to the interpretations. So, all right, let's get to the actual cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. What is the month of April 2024 bringing for them? Tell me about pile number 1. So let's see, we have the 4 of Swords. We have the 8 of Pentacles, the 4 of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the Fool, the Lovers. Yeah, I'm already getting some strong feeling about what the main message is for you, pile number 1. But let's see what else is going to come out. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. What is happening for them in the month of April 2024? We have the High Priestess, the 4 of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Lovers again, dude, the King of Swords. Beautiful. All right, so let me read the oracle cards. So like I said, you got first of all, you have the original card with light. Then I pulled out a separate tarot card, which came out as the King of Cups. And then you have this oracle card with amethyst, revealing your true self. As you allow others to know the real you, you'll feel loved for who you truly are. And then you have this card, which is number 36, nettle, masculine, west, Mars, fire. So I'm going to read the description for this from the booklet. I am nettle, I am purification. If properly handled, I offer strength and healing. I take the sting out of the problems of the heart. I am the tonic that keeps the flow of emotions in check. Protect yourself with the fire of the nettle. Injury may result from problems or issues that are not properly handled. This is, goes hand in hand with the Mars energy of the card. But you also have the Lovers coming out twice here. And you have the Fool card. Normally the Lovers does have to do with, also you have the Ace of Cups. So love is in the air for you, pile number 1 for the month of April. And like the card suggests, actually, about loving yourself and like people will love you for who you really are. Also, amethyst is very much connected to, you know, heart chakra to some extent. But the general idea also with the King of Cups that came out is that this month is about you loving yourself to a large extent. And also, it could literally be for some of you that you're going to be in a loving relationship. Since you have the Lovers, I do think for most of you, this is a message of you're going to be enjoying the love of an already existing partner. It could also be that love might enter your life, though, because we have the Fool here. So there are basically a lot of messages of basically falling in love. Like, but again, I don't necessarily think that this is only about a particular romantic partner. I think for all of you, irrespective of whether you're actually in a relationship or are going to start a relationship this month, this is about opening up your heart. This is about being in that love energy of, you know, being gentle, being kind, first of all to yourself, but also towards others. Because we have the Queen of Wands, we have the Ace of Cups underneath, we have the Fool, we have the Lovers underneath. What's interesting here is that it ends with the Lovers and the King of Swords underneath. You know, so there's kind of like clearly a message of the conflict between the heart and the mind. It's like, I really feel like for many of you, you're just afraid to open up emotionally. And I'm not just referring to relationships here. I feel like for many of you, you could have been in a state of, you know, being frozen emotionally, feeling afraid to care about not just people, but things, like emotionally invest your passions, your time, and energy into things. This is also why I'm getting like, you know, this is, I think, why the Four of Swords came out as the first card. And we have the High Priestess underneath. So there are two particular interpretations for this, actually. First of all, I would say that your energy starting out at, you know, at the beginning of the month, your general energy is of someone who is quite detached, you know. So you do have intuition, you do have like a lot of sensitivity, but you are emotionally detached. So you're in a space of not really having your fire being lit. You know what I mean? Like, come on, baby, light my fire, that kind of thing. So, like I said, and I think it's because you're afraid of being emotionally bankrupt. So you keep this kind of detached energy towards the world and towards other people. But the problem is that this energy, of course, can lead you to stagnation, and it also just drains the pleasure and the joy out of life. Because if you just spend like all of your time in your head and you know, maybe also in isolation, although I'm not particularly getting the theme of isolation, it just makes sense that someone who is aloof and, you know, kind of emotionally detached will also end up becoming isolated because people will find it difficult to relate to you and you might seem closed off emotionally. So it's like might breed this kind of sense of alienation, to be honest. But on the positive side, this also shows that your intuition is very sharp at the beginning of the month. So you're probably someone who has been doing a lot of like introspection in recent history. But this can also just show that you yourself in general are a very intuitive person, a very spiritual person. This can also show that maybe you have just been taking time to rest. You've been taking, you know, you have been taking it easy, not putting a lot of pressures on yourself. But as the month progresses, you're actually going to have an opportunity and multiple opportunities actually to get out of your shell. We do have the Eight of Pentacles and we have the Four of Wands underneath. So this shows that basically you are planning on focusing on something professionally. So this month it's like profession will take the you know, will take most of your time and your energy. You're very focused on, you know, achieving something professionally, learning a new skill, maybe applying for different jobs, see how this resonates. So you're obviously going to be very focused on your career trajectory and development, you know. And the thing is, though, the obstacles here, we have the Four of Cups and the Page of Wands underneath. So this shows that the circumstances around you might be such that you, again, might find the options around you to be disappointing. And again, I am mainly getting that this is going to be connected to relationships. Sorry, not relationships, Freudian slip or something. I think it's going to be connected to career. Because of this Eight of Pentacles energy that starts out at the beginning. So I think it's, you're going to be like disillusioned, actually, I think, as the month progresses with respect to the options that you're being offered. This could be like, again, job offers, business offers. You might be frustrated with the way your progress overall is going in the career area, or with respect to a specific skill that you want to master, you know. On top of that, it's a clear message that you have to learn discernment. The Page of Wands speaks of a pretty impatient and slightly immature attitude or nature. So Spirit is clearly telling you that you have to learn to be discerning. You have to learn how and when to say no to people or to opportunities that do not really suit your long-term goals. It's a clear message. And then we have the we have the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Cups underneath. So this shows that what drives you is passion. So you're going to have like some kind of an awakening of passion this month. This could be like you discovering some new hobby or something, like, again, it could be like something you're really loving as an activity, but it could even be a person, you know. So like you could have a new infatuation, or maybe even, you know, dating or something, the start of a relationship, but somehow like the heart is being activated this month. You're gonna have an opportunity, and it also shows like a new start in some way, like mostly like a reawakening, you know. I get the feeling that most of you in this pile have had a pretty numb energy in recent history, right? So you are actually waking up this month. You're going to start new things, or you're going to get a strong desire to try new things. And then we have the Fool and the Lovers. People are going to people are gonna see that, first of all, I think a lot of people are gonna see you in a more romantic light. Again, this could actually be because you are in a relationship or you're starting a relationship, but irrespective of the relationship status, the energy that you are giving off is going to be more open, more loving, maybe more healing. So it could just be that a lot of people are going to notice you, and even potential romantic partners are going to pay more attention to you than usual. And we have kind of like a reinforcement of this theme with the Lovers and the King of Swords underneath. It's just that you still see this dichotomy between, you know, on the one hand, wanting to really give in to your passions, but on the other hand, being kind of stuck in analysis paralysis and all kinds of like fears and things that are going through your head. So it could be like you're somehow in a weird way. I mean, the worst case scenario is that you might be somehow getting in your way. But I think for most of you, actually, this is a positive outcome. I think definitely with the Lovers, you are getting some kind of increase in happiness. I'm seeing a lot of Venus energy as well, because we have the number 6, you know, and the Lovers. And we also have like a lot of Sun energy as well, because there's a lot of fire here. So that shows, again, the Sun is connected to Leo and the heart chakra. So it's about getting in touch with doing what you love and what makes you feel, you know, enthusiastic and happy and in the moment. And yeah, it also means like an opening up towards romance. So even if you don't have like a relationship, or you won't be like dating, let's say, especially this month, it at least shows that you're going to be more open, more willing to fall in love, let's say, or to, you know, or just to be nicer towards other people, like more emotionally, you know, to allow yourself to become more vulnerable. And yeah, so overall, I think people are going to see you as more charismatic. And also, I think there could be something especially connected to a clarification of something, like, again, it makes me think that this is about passions, you know, Like if you are someone, let's say, who was very undecided, started out the month being very undecided, or you were you know, questioning about some decision in particular, you will have some more clarity on this situation by the end of the month. So like something is going to become clear, something like, you know, you're going to, you know, discover a course of action that you want to pursue by the end of the month. So yeah. And it could also be like a good time for creative expression, especially intellectual creative expression. So any kind of, let's say, art form where you also have to use ideas a lot and thinking a lot. This is pretty much what I'm getting. So let me get some astrological notes. Astrological notes and cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. What is the month of April going to bring for them? All of these feel like coming out. Let's see. Oh, there's only 3 of them. Spirit, what is pile number 1 going to experience in the month of April? We have the 12th house, spirituality and art. So the 12th house here actually is connected to the 4 of Swords energy. So this is going to be a time of also, you know, also relaxing, to be honest, you know, not just getting creative inspiration, and maybe also getting into things like meditation, and your dreams might be becoming more vivid than usual. But this is especially about you relaxing and, you know, like taking it easy, and also tapping into the treasures of the subconscious in a way. Either your dream world is going to become more active, and again, you might get insights through your dreams or ideas or creative thoughts or something. But then it's also about spirituality as well, like it says, and also like the High Priestess says. So especially if you are into spirituality, a spiritual practice, or yoga or anything, all of these things are going to be amplified this month, and you might have some kind of new opportunity connected to these things. Oh wow, we also have the 7th house and partnership, love and partnership, which is a confirmation of the Lover's card. So like some of you could definitely be starting a relationship, or if you are already in a relationship, it just shows that the relationship is going to go very well this month, you know. So in any case, it just shows plenty of opportunity for, you know, heart chakra stuff, you know, love and fun and joy and happiness overall. We have opposition, tension and opposites. Opposition is also 7th house energy, basically, because it's kind of like the, you know, it's about the partnership of the opposition. Let me see what else I get here. We have Leo, the extrovert. So again, this is the sun energy that I was seeing, I think. And we have Aquarius, the visionary. Aquarius is King of Swords energy. Yeah, so you are, oh my God, opposition, and Leo and Aquarius are opposites. Wow, this is really strong symbolism here. I feel like there are conflicting energies. Yeah, so just like the reading actually suggested, I think there's going to be a truce between the mind and the heart this month. Somehow you're going to find a middle ground, and you're going to appease some kind of inner conflict and paradoxical drives that you may have. And I feel like for most of you, this has to do with some kind of a creative project, or some kind of a work project in any case, like creative. Like I said, could be a career thing, but I'm seeing most likely a passion project that you're going to be focusing on. In a very specific sense, this could just be that, you know, you're dealing with a partnership here. You know, this is really specific. So for some of you, those of you who are, you know what I'm talking about. Those of you who are in love, or you're dating someone, or you're interested in someone, this could be about a partnership. You know, and it shows that you're going to be opposites with this person. So there's a lot of like push and pull, but then there's also a lot of harmony, right? So there's a feeling of like you balance each other out. All right. So let me get some more. Yeah, the Astro dice. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. What's happening for them in the month of April? What do we have here? We have Virgo. We have Uranus, which is the ruler of Aquarius in tropical astrology. And we have the number 8. Yeah. So the number 8 has to deal with transformation. And it's also about sort of Saturn energy. Yeah, this makes me think of passion within this context. And Virgo is kind of like that Eight of Pentacles energy. This is just showing that many of you are just going to be, you know, working away at something, like working at a hobby, at a project, you know, learning new skills. And this could just show opportunities with respect to career, you know, career, especially employment, and especially any kind of work that has to do with attention to detail and or very kind of left brain activities. Eighth house can show some kind of a sudden change, opportunities, some kind of a transformation happening. Yeah. And this is pretty much what I have for you, pile number 1. And I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you have, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video. Also, if you're interested in supporting my channel further, you can click on the join button and pay a small monthly fee in exchange for some perks. Also, if you're interested in getting a private tarot reading, you can check out the video description. I have left my contact information there. You can email me for a full list of prices and reading options. And I've also left a link to reviews I have gotten for private readings before in the video description. You can go ahead and check it out if you're curious. And last but not least, I also have an astrology channel where I focus mainly on Vedic astrology, but I also sometimes use insights from from tropical, because I have more than like 20 years of experience right now in astrology and different systems. But for the past 10 years or so, I've mostly focused on Vedic. So yeah, if you're interested in finding out more about my astrology channel, go ahead and check the video description, click on the link, maybe subscribe to my astrology channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And of course, my tarot channel as well. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye! Welcome, pile number 2. This is your reading if you have chosen this card with friendship and or this fluorite crystal. So this is going to be the card selection phase. I'm going to add timestamps if you want to skip directly to the interpretation. So let's see. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 2, the people who chose the fluorite crystal, about their month of April 2024. We have turquoise, masculine, feminine, 5th chakra, number 53. I'm going to read the description for the card after I select all of them. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. What is the month of April 2024 going to bring for pile number 2? Yeah, this one. Yeah, and we have Unakite answer prayers. All your great work has opened the door for divine solutions. All right. Let's see. Tell me about pile number 2. Okay. We have 2 cards that wanted to come out. We have 9 of Wands and the Lovers. Okay. 9 of Wands and the Lovers. Let's see. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2, the people who chose the fluorite. What is the month of April 2024 going to bring for them? Wow, all of these cards wanted to come out. You got some extra cards here. We have the Knight here. I think this is, yeah, this is the Knight. The Knight of Cups. We have the Knight of Pentacles, sorry. We have the 2 of Cups. We have the 5 of Wands. We have the 10 of Swords. And we have the 5 of Pentacles. And the Fool. All right. Spirit, please give me more information about pile number 2. What is the month of April 2024 bringing for pile number 2? The Lovers again. Wow, because you also had the Lovers there. You have the 9 of Wands there. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Wow. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Devil, the Two of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Five of Wands again. Dear God. So many repetitions. All right, so can I just say from the get-go that you have some cards in common with pile number 1. So if you feel drawn to it, make sure to check it out because there might be messages there for you, but only if you feel drawn to it. Otherwise, you're going to get everything you need to hear from this reading. So, yeah, gotta start with the Oracle cards. You have Friendship first and foremost. Then I also pulled 2 cards from a separate tarot deck. We got the Lovers and we got the Nine of Wands. And then you also have this card with Unakite, Answered Prayers. All your great work has opened the door for divine solutions and support. And then we also have this card, number 53, Turquoise, Masculine, 5th Chakra, for which I'm going to read the description from the booklet. 53. I am turquoise, I am all-encompassing. I have been transplanted here to relinquish my powers to my earth children for their eternal growth. Inner peace is created through me, as is awareness and focus. Take time to energize and express yourself verbally. Get in touch with Mother Nature. Ground yourself and express your artistic abilities. Be quiet, listen. You will understand how to free yourself from the everyday pressures and soothe emotional tension. I am all things. Okay, so there's kind of like a Mother Earth energy, and we also have the number 8 here. Masculine, feminine, and 5th chakra. So there's something of speaking of balance already. So you have the Lovers coming out twice. We have the Lovers here, you had the Lovers here. You also have the Two of Cups. And you also have the Five of Wands coming out twice. Five of Wands, Five of Wands. So pile number 2, I see that you are, your energy is very creative. You're a very creative person. There's a lot of romance in your inner world. There's a lot of intuition actually as well. So, but there's like a lot of creativity and there's a lot of love here. And like you're a very loving person, and I think that you're also in a pretty romantic mood with the beginning of this month. And your plans are basically really focused on building something for yourself. Like this is really weird because it's pretty strongly connected to pile number 1. I mean, there's so many parallels, but you have some extra stuff. So okay, I'm gonna shut up about pile number 1. This is your time. In any case, I see that you are focused on being patient and building something professionally, step by step. This is some kind of a passion project. This could be about finances, or it could be everything actually. It could be about finances, but it could also be about building a career, learning new skills. So you are pretty dedicated actually towards planning, towards, you know, maybe time management, making the most of your resources, and you're pretty much focused on, yeah, career this month. And I see though that in your situation, something might happen quite unexpectedly with the Two of Cups and the Page of Wands underneath. Like you might meet someone when you least expect to. And I really see that, yeah, in your case, it's like you're pretty open emotionally, but it's not your number 1 priority to find a relationship. And yet something might happen where either you meet someone significant, or you start some kind of a relationship, or you could be dating. So there is some kind of a romantic thing, but I see this happening with a new person. So either this is someone you haven't dated before, or it is someone that you are just going to meet for the first time this month. And it's really going to, you know, spark up some romantic feelings in you. And we have the Five of Wands and the Devil underneath. I feel like this is Spirit telling you that you might tend to be a little bit too prone to anger, to argumentativeness. And I also feel like you have a tendency to escape situations of conflict by using all kinds of, not healthy methods, or I don't want to say like toxic methods, but it could be even just either ignoring a situation of conflict, or it could be that you just bury your head in the sand and pretend that everything is fine. You have a habit of either being really toxic when you fight, like someone who, let's say, does things like the silent treatment. Again, I don't want to offend anyone, but you know who you are if you're in that category. So I feel like Spirit is telling you that these things are not going to work out for you because, because they might affect your reputation, and you need to basically learn to deal with people from different backgrounds as a way to grow in general in life. So you need to learn to put yourself in other people's shoes is basically what I'm getting here. Other people, not just other people. But I see that, on the one hand, people around you might see you as particularly anxious this month, or they might even see you as someone who's quite depressed. But I also see that within yourself, within your psyche, the reason why you are becoming depressed and more anxious is because you are having a hard time making decisions. So you have a habit of, I would say, mostly procrastinating, what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing procrastination to some extent, and I'm also seeing that, there's a lot of hesitation. You're afraid to leave your comfort zone. So you can easily get stuck, and fail to progress in life. And this is causing a lot of anxiety in your life. So you need to learn to leave your comfort zone, basically. You need to learn to step out of your comfort zone and take risks in order to solve your problems. I also feel like you're being potentially, this is really more specific, but some of you, or maybe even all of you, could be given some kind of a second chance this month. See how this resonates? I couldn't tell you exactly what the second chance is about, actually. Wait, let me clarify. Spirit, tell me about, please clarify the Two of Wands. Strength. Please clarify the strength. Have Six of Wands. You're being given a chance at success. And the strength coming out first basically shows that the way to get to this success is by building up your endurance and your patience. So I really feel like this is connected to the devil again. This is Spirit basically telling you, don't fall into your usual bad habits. You're being given a second chance. I think like some of you specifically might be given some kind of a particular opportunity that you need to watch out for, because otherwise you will fail to make the most of it. But you're basically being encouraged to stay, first of all, humble and focused and patient, and practice on your endurance and your stoicism, and success is going to follow here. Look at this, we have the Six of Wands. So I feel like for most of you, okay, I am feeling like this is something to do with your professional life, but it could even be a relationship, maybe like someone that you had an interest in might be contacting you this month, or, you might have a chance encounter with someone, and, it's like Spirit is telling you, be careful with your behavior, watch your behavior is basically what I'm getting here. And then we also have here the Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. Wow, this is a really specific, like, again, I don't want to like be nasty and call people out here, but I really feel like pile number 2, for most of you, there might be some kind of issue with your behavior. I feel like Spirit is telling you that you need to stop looking for shortcuts. And the main thing that is basically getting in your way with respect to your career, with respect to your financial situation, is the fact that you're looking for fast results when you shouldn't be. Like, you're not in a position to look for, like, it reminds me of this, you know, quote that I saw ages ago: the only way forward is through. So I feel like, especially with the Strength and the Devil here, there's like this very strong message here. And we also had the number 8, hello, which is ruled by Saturn. So if you know about astrology, Saturn is ruling things like patience, planning, endurance, stoicism, discipline, basically. So Spirit is telling you that the way forward is to basically cut the bullshit, you know? Like, don't deceive others, don't deceive yourself, and take things step by step. And this is how you will stop feeling abandoned, and also how you will improve your career and your finances. And even your relationships, actually. Like, every aspect of your life depends on this, like being able to have transparency with yourself and being honest with yourself, and just taking things step by step, you know, no matter how slow the progress is. It's better to have like slow and steady progress that is real, and you're like putting one brick on top of the other, rather than, you know, like, let's say, skipping some bricks and having the whole thing fall on your head a few months later. You know what I mean? This is the general energy of Saturn. This is what you're being encouraged to focus on. And we have, last but not least, we have the Fool, and the 5 of Wands. So I feel like by the end of this month, you're actually going to be see, here's the thing. There's a strong message here that there's a new beginning waiting for you. And the way to get there is by using your specific background. This could be very specific, but this is about dealing with people from foreign backgrounds, or dealing with people that are just very different than you. So it could just be on a very basic level about you learning to communicate properly, learning to be diplomatic, and just basically, you know, developing your emotional intelligence overall. And this is how you're going to get to overall more happiness, more enthusiasm, better relationships. And or it could be about very specifically dealing with people from foreign backgrounds. So for instance, if you're looking for a job, this is about, you know, maybe taking an opportunity with a foreign company, or, you know, applying specifically to places or companies that have some kind of a foreign background. At the very least, and actually in parallel to all of these things, this is just showing that you're going to have more enthusiasm and more passion by the end of the month. And you could actually be learning to put maybe even some of your negative emotions, like your anger, your any kind of negative emotions, but I would say especially anger here, because there's like an energy of conflict with the 5 of Wands. So I feel like Spirit is telling you that you can learn to put your anger to good use, you know, like use it constructively, use it in a way that it motivates you to push through difficulties and start new projects and go after what you want in a way that is non-destructive towards others. And the overall theme of the month is the Lovers and the 9 of Wands, which just shows that, to be fair, you're going to have to keep fighting this month. So there's like this really strong Mars energy here as well. You know, you have to fight for what you want. This is not a time to be stagnant. And like, let's say, to be relaxed and you know, just wait for divine intervention, or to wait for some kind of an angel to show themselves and to tell you what to do. This is about you needing to be proactive in getting what you want, the results that you want. But at the same time, with the Lovers coming out twice and the 2 of Cups, there's also going to be plenty of opportunities for pleasure, for fun, for enjoying yourself. You know, this could be about rediscovering old hobbies, maybe even if it doesn't have to do with like your romantic life. This is about opening the heart chakra and just figuring out what basically lights your fire, what makes you get up in the morning, and basically developing more enthusiasm, more courage, more passion, you know? So there's like a strong Venus energy as well. Venus, by the way, can also be about healing. This is also potentially about self-love as well. So it's also like a message of don't beat yourself up about, past mistakes, let's say. All right, so this is what I see with the tarot cards. Let me get some astrological cards now. Tell me about pile number 2, Spirit. What is the month of April 2024 going to bring for them? So we have Leo, the extrovert. Yeah, definitely. Oh my God, Mars, drive and power. Yeah, I'm not surprised because both the number 8 and the number 9 to some extent can be connected to Mars, because 8 is the sign of Scorpio, which is ruled by Mars, and 9 is also ruled by Mars in numerology. The number 9, I mean. All right, we have Lilith, the wild femininity card. Haha. Okay, we have 4th house, home and family. And we have 11th house, community and technology. All right, so the 4th house can also deal about happiness, you becoming happier this month, but also you might feel drawn to spend more time with your family. I feel like Spirit is also encouraging you to spend time with your family. This could also just be about you working on your home more. You're gonna be feeling like, it's a good idea, for instance, to like declutter, spring cleaning, for at least for those of us in the northern hemisphere. Could be a spring cleaning situation, or it could be like just maybe rethinking your space. If you're not happy, think about how you can rearrange your space in such a way that it might improve your mood, your happiness, make things easier for you. But I also think that this is just a calling to spend time with family, spend time at home more, maybe especially if you're someone who, let's say, has neglected the home environment, or you have, maybe you're a workaholic or something. So there's this message. And then there's also, though, community and technology. This could also be about, at the same time, having more contact with friends and siblings, especially older siblings. And could also be very specifically about finding a good online community. This is like something that just like came as a strong message in my mind. So there is that message, but there's also about 11th house is about growth, and it's about progress and making more money from career. So I feel like Spirit again is telling you that your progress depends a lot on your own efforts, and that you will have some kind of an opportunity this month, to increase your wealth and your or to progress in career. And I feel like networking also. It's like Spirit is telling you to basically learn how to network a little bit. And we have Lilith, the wild femininity. This is interesting because these things kind of go hand in hand, to be honest. Because Lilith is an archetype that is also connected to social alienation and feeling kind of like the scapegoat. And, feeling like you don't really belong anywhere. But at the same time, it gives this kind of very intense camera stopped. So where was I? Right. So yeah, Lilith can bring this kind of energy of like I said, very intense independence. So it can also bring these like really strong trust issues in a person. So maybe you're someone who has like a particularly strong Lilith in your horoscope, but that's not the point. The archetype is showing up here. I do think that this showing up with the predictions of April, this is just showing that this month you have to rethink your inner landscape to some extent. So I also think that this has to do with the devil energy, because there is kind of a negative context, a negative energy connected to Lilith, even though technically, according to the archetype, it's connected to abuse and like developing negative traits because of abuse. I think there is a call for you to rethink your attitude, maybe especially towards relationships, and also maybe practice some self-love, some healing, because we have the Lovers coming out twice, like I said. So this could be an invitation to maybe seek therapy or to try to understand yourself better and see how maybe your attitude has been warped by bad experiences in the past. I feel like that's a thing. And also it's about trying to find a balance between independence and having relationships, having good relationships, you know. So like try to make sure that your independence is not just you know, extreme avoidance in disguise, or like extreme trust issues in disguise, because that's not really helping your overall progress. And try to figure out how you can work on that, you know, and to make yourself better and to have good relationships as well as independence. And yeah, we have Mars, drive and power again. So we have that's the 9 of Wands going on. So this month you have to fight. I was just getting that song in my head, you know, you gotta fight for your right to party. All right, not saying that you should party. Actually, with the devil showing up, like I said, you need to you need to cultivate discipline. So don't focus on partying this month. But it's about fighting, yeah. So also Leo, extrovert. Again, and the 11th house, this is a call from spirit for you to open up, to get out of your shell. You know, be a little bit braver. Also, be kind of cultivating a take charge attitude. And also, see, here's the thing. The difference between Mars and Lilith is that Mars is actually very direct. And Lilith, on the other hand, similarly to Pluto, can resort to things like, you know, manipulations and, you know, like I said, sometimes potentially shady, underhanded ways to get what she wants. So this might also have something to do with that 7 of Swords energy of like, don't take shortcuts, you know. Yeah. Don't run away from progress because it's painful. So, okay, let me get some final Astro Dice situations. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. What is the month of April 2024 bringing for them? It fell under, so we have the Moon and Cancer, but I'm gonna roll them again because one of them fell under the desk. So, Spirit, tell me, what is the month of April 2024 going to bring for pile number 2? All right, so this one did not fall under, but here it is. We have the number 8. We have Neptune, which is ruling Pisces, and we have Capricorn. So this shows that, again, Capricorn is about the pursuit of discipline. So like I said, the Saturn energy, you know, with the 53 here. So Capricorn is basically about slow and steady wins the race, like I said. So this is an invitation about cultivating, for you to cultivate discipline, planning, hard work, taking things step by step, not rushing, not skipping any steps in the process, trying to be as thorough as possible, and always focus on quantity above quality. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you might be maybe going through some heavy transits from Saturn to your horoscope right now, and this might be why these energies are coming up, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like that. And then we have the Neptune with the Pisces. This could be about, you know, being more flexible. This is about going with the flow. I feel like not just going with the flow, but having faith, having trust, you know, not necessarily just in people, but having more faith in the universe, having faith that things are going to work out for the better. I definitely think that maybe for some of you, you just have a really negative attitude. And I'm not judging, because considering the energies that show up, I think you're someone who has dealt with some stuff, you know, dealt with some heavy stuff, and it has left a mark on you. But Spirit is telling you, you know, to basically move towards change. Also, the number 8 is about change. This is the 8th house. This could be like sudden upheaval, sudden, you know, ups and downs. So on the one hand, it could be like you might be experiencing some sudden ups and downs in April, but this is also about transformation, you know. So you could be getting some opportunities. Like I said, you could be changing in some significant way, but a lot also depends on your personal attitude and your willingness to work for things. And also, last but not least, 8 is a confirmation of this card with the 53, like I said, because the number 8, and also 53 boils down to an 8 numerologically. The number 8 is ruled by Saturn again. So I'm just seeing that as, again, Spirit telling you that you need to focus on discipline and hard work and patience and endurance. And let's not also forget that you got the Strength card as well. So further confirmation of all that. So this is pretty much it, pile number 2. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading, and if you have, don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new tarot reading. Also, comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to give or ideas for future topics that you would like me to cover. Also, if you're interested in further supporting my channel, you can do so by clicking on the join button under any of my videos. And if you're interested in a private tarot reading, you can check out the video description. I will leave my email address so you can email me for a full list of pricing lists and reading options. And I've also left a link in the video description to reviews I have gotten for private readings before, so if you're curious to check that out. And last but not least, I also have an astrology channel where I focus mainly on Vedic astrology, but I also use some tropical insights because I now have more than 20 years in astrology. I started out with tropical, but over the past 10 years or so, I have mostly been focusing on Vedic because I found it to be more accurate. So if you're interested in astrology, go ahead and check out the link in the video description. Maybe subscribe to my astrology channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye! Welcome, pile number 3. This is your reading if you have chosen this card over here with positivity and or this ruby zoisite crystal. This is going to be the card selection phase. I'm going to add timestamps if you want to skip directly to the reading. All right, so Spirit, tell me about pile number 3, the people who chose the ruby zoisite crystal. What is the month of April 2024 going to bring for them? What is the month of, all right, April 2024 going to bring for them? This one wanted to come out. Ooh, we have the Hermit. That's interesting. We have Obsidian, number 52. So I'm going to read the description for this card after I get all the other cards. Spirit, please tell me about pile number 3, the people who chose the ruby zoisite. What is the month of April? We have Tiger's Eye. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3 for 2024. What is the month of April going to bring? Okay, these ones just want to come out. Did I pull enough? Yeah. Whoops. So let's see. We have, oh, the 3 of Wands. I cannot. I swear, this card came out in all piles. What is going on? Everyone is in love. Sorry, I'm gonna shut up. We have Queen of Wands. So we have the Lovers, by the way. This is the Lovers. I should have mentioned that because not everyone knows the deck. This is the Ghost Tarot deck, and I really like it, but some people might think that it's dark and not particularly optimistic, I guess. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Hierophant. Ooh. This is the marriage deck. Spread. And we have the Page of Pentacles, all right? 2 pages. Let's see some more. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3, the people who chose the ruby zoisite. What is the month of April 2024 going to bring for them? How many is that? Yeah, 6 cards, that's enough. We have the Knight of Wands, the Temperance card, the Star card. We have the 9 of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the 10 of Swords. I'm going to get a clarification here. Can you please clarify the Hermit, Spirit? Please clarify the Hermit card. 5 of Wands. All right. Can I also get, please clarify the 9 of Cups. Whoa. We have 8 of Cups and 9 of Cups again. I said clarify. Please clarify. Did you see that? I got 9 of Cups again. I tried to clarify the 9 of Cups and I got 8 of Cups and 9 of Cups. All right, please, I'm going to ask again. Let me see. Please clarify the 9 of Cups, Spirit. Please clarify the 9 of Cups. Please clarify the 9 of Cups for me, Spirit. What does the 9 of Cups stand for? What energy? Knight of Pentacles. All right. So pile number 3. This is a clarification here, so I'm going to leave it. I clarified the 9 of Cups card here, and I got the Knight of Pentacles. I'm going to leave it underneath. So you can barely see it here, but it's here. In any case, you do have some cards in common with the other pile, so if you felt drawn to any of them, please check them out, but only if you felt drawn to them. Otherwise, you're gonna get everything you need to hear from this reading. You also have, so I pulled out, like at first I pulled out 2 cards from this separate deck from a third deck, and we had the Hermit. Actually, the Hermit came out, and then I clarified the Hermit, and we got the 5 of Wands. And then you also have the Positivity card, Oracle card that came out first. And then we also have this Oracle card, Tiger's Eye, Self-Confidence through God Confidence. Believe in yourself by believing in God working through you. That's pretty self-explanatory. And we have this card, number 52, Obsidian, Masculine, 4th Chakra, Fire, for which I'm going to read the description from the booklet. So let me get... Wow, candle just went out. I freaked out a little bit because I saw smoke. All right, 52. I am Obsidian. I am Teacher Stone. I am here to teach you how to make positive changes in your life, create good relationships with others, which will expand your inner growth and self-fulfillment. It is a time to use your full potential. Go within, meditate, develop your psychic gifts. Use me as the divining mirror to uncover self-deception and hollow excuses. My power keeps out the unwanted and protects from misuse, outside interference, and energy-draining situations. I am prosperity. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Like pretty strong energies and messages. Oh my God. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I just realized that there's a very strong parallel between this card and the Hermit. Yeah, whenever I see the number 7, and I've said this in other readings as well, when I see the number 7, and 52 boils down to a 7 because it's 5 plus 2 in numerology, I always think of the Hermit energy. So already Spirit is telling you to go within this month. And we have, yeah, like I said, self-confidence through God confidence. Believe in yourself by believing in God working through you. So Spirit is encouraging you to have faith. This is like the first message. To have faith, first of all, in yourself. This is, I mean, it makes sense because the first card that you got was this one with positivity. So it makes a lot of sense that we have like reinforcing themes as we go along as well. So with the 3 of Wands here and the Knight of Candles, wow, the images here are just so amazing. I mean, look at this. This is a ghost ship, right? With the 3 of Wands. And the feeling that I'm getting from this is like Spirit is telling you to basically throw yourself into your passions, into, like, don't be afraid to guide, you know, like, how should I put it? You know, it reminds me of how, I don't know, like people who discovered America, you know, they went out not knowing what they were going to find, and they just had faith, you know, because they were coming from a Christian background, and they were probably also supported by the church. Maybe not, I mean, at least spiritually. I don't know about financially. But it's like they went out, they didn't know what was going to happen. They thought, you know, they knew that they may perish even, but yet they went forth and, you know, basically discovered a new continent and started a new world and all that. And it makes me think of like, this is the kind of faith that Spirit is telling you to have, you know, also backed up by the Knight of Wands. This is furthermore pushing for this narrative, you know, that you have to have faith in yourself. You know, I'm getting you gotta have faith, the song by George Michael. It's like, you gotta have faith. Na, 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 na. All right, so it's not necessarily about relationship. For some of you, again, this could even include about having faith about a relationship, because we have the Lovers here and we have the Temperance. It could actually be about a relationship, but irrespective of whether you also have a relationship in mind, this is about you chasing your heart's desire. And I feel like also with the Temperance here, Spirit is telling you that first of all, you need to blend passion with discipline, because we have the number 14 as a karmic number here. Speaks of abuses of free will and abuse of pleasure. And it's very strongly connected to the Venus energy that shows up through the number 6 here with the Lover's card. So basically the message here is that you have to choose to pursue your heart's desire to get what you want, but then you also have to be like open-minded and not just have faith in yourself and faith in the process, but have an open mind for new opportunities and maybe taking the unbeaten path, you know what I mean? Like taking a path that is not known. Like, don't be afraid to chase your ideas and your passions down the rabbit hole, and see where they take you. Basically, I feel be more adventurous. Like, this is the general message here. And also Tiger's Eye, hello, makes me think of Rocky and the Eye of the Tiger. So, like, Spirit is telling you, it's like, don't be afraid to pursue your ideas no matter how crazy you think other people might think they are. We have the Queen of Wands and we have the Star here. This is something about, this is really specific, but this could be a message for some of you to make the most of, first of all, your leadership abilities, your knowledge of human nature, but also of your popularity and your connections maybe. I feel like you're the kind of person that actually could have like strong visibility. Like maybe you're the kind of person that has like a strong social media following, or you might be particularly known in your social circle. So I feel like Spirit is telling you that this could work to your advantage. So this is a time for you to make the most of your connections and your visibility. Maybe, your extended social network. So see how this resonates. Again, I feel like, this could pertain to anything, whether it's looking for a career, looking for a relationship. So I feel like in any case, like this is working for you, your social status, your reputation, your visibility, other people's opinions of you somehow are helping you this month. But you still have to learn to make the most of them. And we have the Page of Swords and the Nine of Cups underneath. And the Nine of Cups is clarified through the Knight of Pentacles. So your focus this month is going to be like going for your heart's desire. But underneath it all, it's like you're also very strongly motivated by a sense of security, most likely financial security. So you are hoping that by pursuing whatever it is that is on your mind right now, dominantly in this month, you're going to get the sense of security that you need and you want, and the career that you need and you want. People are going to see you as someone who's like very wise, maybe even as a kind of teacher, spiritual leader, someone who speaks from the heart. And also it's like, see, here's the thing. The potential downside of this is that you might come across as too emotional sometimes, or that like somehow it could, this is really specific, but for some of you this could be about like either your belief systems or your spouse or your partner somehow could get in the way of your goals this month. So either directly because they're standing in the way, or because of how other people might perceive these things, But I also feel like, very specifically, some of you are married, or you might, something about marriage might also be here. Either like you might have an opportunity to attend a wedding or something, or you might get a proposal. Like you might get a proposal or like something. You might talk marriage with your partner. So obviously this is especially for people who are in a relationship. Yeah, something could be connected to marriage this month. But if you are married, I just see that this is going to be, you know, a time of very strong emotional bonding. Oh, and we have the Page of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords underneath. Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, you probably have some anxiety connected to your finances. So I do see that these situations are not going to get a lot better by the end of the month. But I do think that with the Page of Pentacles, you're getting a message that you are on the right track. You're on the right track, and it's like things are getting better, but I really think like some of you even may have reached rock bottom at some point in recent history. Like this could be like you lost a job, or your finances just overall have not been good in recent history. So I can understand why you have anxiety, but what I'm getting here is that the worst is behind you. You're moving on to higher ground. Even though it might seem like a really painful, slow process sometimes, things are getting better, all right? They're getting better, but you have to continue to keep working towards your goals. Even if you make just the tiniest, smallest steps forward, you know, you still have to work towards your goals and you will see progress. And also, I want to say that with the Hermit and the Five of Wands clarifying it, there's a clear message that, you know, this month, it's like some of you either are going to feel very alienated from other people because you feel like you're surrounded by people that do not share your point of view, that do not share the same principles, maybe the same values, or just have like just have a totally different viewpoint. It could even be like some of you are around foreigners right now. Maybe you're in a foreign place, or you just have to deal with a lot of people who come from different backgrounds. So you're going to have a hard time seeing eye to eye with the people around you, and you're going to feel particularly isolated. But this is also why you got these cards that are basically telling you to be the eye of the tiger, you know what I mean? To see yourself as an extension of God. Self-confidence through God confidence. Believe in yourself by believing in God working through you. So it's kind of like, I'm not saying you should think you're God, because that's not what the card is saying. But what the card is saying is that you should not put other people before you. So like, even if you are surrounded by people that don't seem particularly supportive, it's not a reason to allow this to, you know, weaken your self-esteem or your confidence or your belief in yourself and in your vision, you know? This is what I'm getting here. Like, there's a very strong message basically of encouragement here from Spirit. Like, Spirit is telling you that, you know, that voice in your head that's making you feel like you're on the right path is probably right, you know? Like, if you feel like you're on the right path in your life and you're doing what you want to do, then it's probably right for you, you know? So yeah, this is what I'm getting here. And actually, speaking of this, with the Hierophant and the Ace of Cups here, this could be like literally for some of you, you're getting into trouble with your family or your culture because of some kind of romantic relationship or some kind of romantic interest, you know? Could be like you're afraid, you're afraid of like pursuing either something you love or someone you love because of the way you're going to be seen, and especially how you're going to be seen by your, you know, your family and friends, basically, you know, your entourage. So yeah, Spirit is telling you to just choose your heart's desire, you know, because that's going to lead you to success and fulfillment, basically. All right, let me see some astrological cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. What is going to happen to them or for them in the month of April 2024? Fifth house, joy and play. That explains it. We have ninth house, learning and faith. That's a, wow, pretty strong confirmations. We have conjunction, fusion, and energy. All right, we have 6th house, work and routine. And we have 12th house, spirituality and art. So there are some confirmations and some repeated energies here. We have conjunction, fusion, and energy. The first way that I would interpret this is basically telling you to merge with divinity. I know this sounds very dramatic, and you also have the eagle here. I mean, maybe it's just a bird, but I'm going to take it as an eagle here. It makes me think of the eagle sign from the Mayan zodiac, which is about basically the sun god, you know. I'm seeing it like a merging of if you will, the higher self with the lower self. You know, if you believe in that theory that people have like a higher self or an extra dimensional, like out of this dimension self that is basically like, I don't know, monitoring your existence. So I feel like it's basically, in other words, getting close to your heart's desire, getting close to your purpose on this earth in a very spiritual sense. Basically becoming more like yourself. With the 5th and the 9th house, this is also showing this is a great month for focusing on education. Could be, again, formal education, getting a degree, finishing a degree, any kind of learning or exploration, even if it's self-learning, you know, maybe reading more. This is also a great time to travel. And with the 5th house, with the joy and play, this is a great time to get in touch with any hobbies that you have. Like I said, so focusing on a passion project or a hobby or a side hustle, all of these things are very much encouraged here. And we also have the 6th house, which is spirit telling you that it's also important. So this is like the balance that I was talking about here with the temperance. Spirit telling you that it's also important to find a balance, you know, between pursuing your highest desire and also being attentive to details, having a healthy routine, you know, taking care of your body and your health, because the 6th house is also about health. It's not just about work and routine. So more specifically for some of you, this could just show that this is a good time to get a job or to change a job or something, you know, something to do with a job is going to be happening this month. And we have, last but not least, we have 12th house, spirituality and art. So again, there's a further confirmation that anything to do with spirituality or artistic inclinations, hobbies, and basically everything that has to do with being in the flow and like cultivating your heart chakra, your, you know, creativity is something that is definitely going to be favored this month, and you're being encouraged to focus on it. This is also about maybe focusing on something like meditation. But last but not least, the 12th house is also a house of isolation, you know, so there's definitely a theme of isolation for you this month because it's repeated here, you know, with the cards that came out. And this one is like the cherry on top, 12th house. Yeah, so it's like, but spirit again is telling you that, and it's also at the same time a confirmation of the, you know, see yourself as an extension of God, basically, or God working through you, yeah. So this is about, again, spirit telling you that while you may be isolated, don't lose track of the fact that you have a higher purpose, right? So even if you are isolated and you feel alienated and unsupported, that does not mean that, you know, you don't have the same worthiness as other people, or that you don't have a purpose, and that you should always fall back on that faith in a higher power, and basically the voice inside of you that is guiding you and telling you what you should be doing with your life, basically. So this is what I'm getting through the cards. Let me finally get some Astrodice messages. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. What is the month of April 2024 bringing for pile number 3? All right, so we have Pisces, which is more of the faith. This is what I'm talking about. This is about faith. This is about, maybe this is literally for some of you, because we also had the 9th house, which is the house of religion. This could be about you getting back in touch with your religion, like maybe even, you know, going to temple, church, mosque, whatever it is. Yeah, so, oh my God, we have Venus. We have Venus with the Lovers. You also had the Lovers, yeah. And Venus is a healing energy, all right? So Venus is also about pleasure and also art as well, creativity. So this is about, on the one hand, love. Love is in the air, you know, like that song. But it's also about you getting back in touch with what you love to do, right? So, like I said, for some of you very specifically, this is actually about a romantic partner. You know, like you're going to have more instances of romance and dates maybe, and maybe even, I don't see so much about meeting a new person, to be honest. Maybe if you have been in touch with someone, this is maybe reconnecting with someone from the past even. But I don't necessarily see this as like meeting a new person. I feel like for those of you who already have someone in your heart, in your mind, it might be about spending more time with that person, reconnecting. Otherwise, it's mainly about, you know, focusing on just what you love to do. This is what the Lovers is, and or pursuing a passion project. That's what it is about. And we have the number 4, which can be the 4th house, which is connected to Cancer. So this could be again about Spirit telling you to focus on your home base. This could be about like you know, spending more time with your mother or your mother's side of the family or the family of origin. This could be about you maybe let's say visiting someone, like family from like family of origin, like I said. This could also be more specifically about vehicles, like something to do with cars or any kind of vehicle. But also with respect to the home base, I think this is about maybe, you know, redecorating, rearranging things in your home base, cleaning, spring cleaning, somehow focusing on the home base, you know, like start with home, start with what you can fix in your immediate environment in order to clear your mind and also deal with all these other things that are showing up here, you know, like in order to focus better on your hobbies, your routine and all that. Make sure you have like a good environment immediately around you, you know. All right, so this is pretty much what I have, pile number 3, and I hope that you have enjoyed this reading. And if you have, don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video. Also, comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to give. And if you're interested in supporting me further, you can do so by clicking the join button under any of my videos. If you're also interested in a private tarot reading, you can check out the video description. Email me for a full list of reading options with prices. And I've also left a link in the video description to reviews I have gotten for private readings before. If you are curious to see them, go ahead and check it out. And last but not least, I also have an astrology channel, and I will be linking that in the video description as well. I focus mainly on Vedic astrology, but I also use insights from tropical astrology because I have more than 20 years of experience in both of them. But over the past 10 years or so, I have mainly focused on Vedic astrology. So if you are curious about astrology, go ahead and check it out. Like I said, maybe subscribe to my astrology channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye!